the first thing I said was just, I want to help one person. And then after that, you can look back at it. I don't keep tally, but I probably helped a lot more than just one person. Just because that's who I am and that's who I want our police department to be known as.
I don't remember the call for service itself, but I ended up talking with the girl for about 35 minutes. And about a month later, I received an email, which I never gave her my email, never gave her my phone number. And she said, I just want to let you know on that night, because you were able or willing to sit down and talk to me, I was going to take my life that night if no one really cared. You showed me that you cared. And that was within, I think, I would say 2 years into my career. And I was like, I can really make an impact. It doesn't have to be an arrest. I can just be simply down talking with somebody, and I saved a life not even knowing.
If I'm being blunt, there's not enough officers around the nation that look like me. And what I mean by that is not enough African-American police officers.
Honestly, I just wanted a job that was going to make a difference in somebody's life. If not only my own, somebody else's.
In 2014, my mom was killed in a domestic incident here in Beloit. And after that, my goal was to help people. The career path I took at the time, it satisfied the need at the time. And about 3 years ago, I realized it wasn't enough. So I ventured onto this career path, and I haven't looked back.
It's what do we pour into our community and what do they pour back into us, right? It's filling each other's cups.
Interactions that we have at National Line Out are far and so much further than what they've ever been before. Now we have 1,000 people showing up, where before maybe we'd see 50. And it's just nice to see the interaction between police and all the other organizations that are there, just having one goal in mind, and that's helping the community.
I had this little girl, she was probably 4 or 5 years old, that I was shopping with, and she was walking around looking to get presents for her family or whatnot, and she goes, "Wait, can I get something for me?" And I said, "Of course." Her face just lit up, and she was run through the aisles. Just to see her face light up was really cool. To see a lot of kids, running around excited with other officers was really cool.
We coined it Beloit Proud, and truly being Beloit Proud, that means going into our communities, having not having to wear your police vest sometimes, and you're not worried about, oh man, somebody may do something to me, because they respect us and we respect them, and we can have a true conversation with each other.
Most of the time when people see officers, they see them when they're at their worst. So it's nice going to these events and seeing people when they're in a better state of mind, they're having fun, and you can just have these conversations.
Our community wanted that. They needed it from us, because you go around the state of Wisconsin or even Northern Illinois, Beloit has always had that negative stigma. It's a bad city, it's a bad town. And we're like, no, we're not. We're just transparent on what goes on here. But we tell our community members, and they're like, yeah, you're right. Community action. I mean, that was one of the most organic things that myself and Captain Dalton did. Let's go over here. We go in there and the kids are looking at us like, ooh. Then we start shooting baskets with them, just talking. And then that organic relationship is creating. We're like, hey, can we come here weekly? And Mark Perry was like, yeah. And we're like, let's do this.
We start out, typically we're not in uniform, and we just show them that we're real people. We get to meet them, and it's the real person, not the person we're having an interaction with on the street. And it just builds these relationships where they call us and they go, hey man, I'm in trouble. Is there anything you can do to help me? Rather than just making another poor life decision. So it's nothing short of amazing.
We've dealt with a couple of the kids on the streets, and it's always, they don't want any part of us, which is understandable. I don't want the cops at my house either. But I think at that event, they started to realize that we were just normal people, and we have stuff that we like to do, and we just like to have fun just like them.
Once we made that connection with community action, you see the juvenile arrest decrease. And some of those young men and young women in that program are now going to school to be cops, actually in college, starting businesses. And one of the coolest things was inviting us to their graduation parties. And it's just now they see us and there's a conversation. I truly believe this, and it's not just talk, but I think we have a dedicated police department to advance and better everyone. It's not just a specific few, it's we all have knowledge and we all want to pass on that common knowledge to everyone. You're going to get quality training. I mean, we train every Wednesday almost, and it is far more training than any other police department gets.
The city of Beloit is so diverse, not just in the people that you deal with, but in the calls for service. You see anything from a minor call to anything from a serious call.
It's like I said, I've been at Beloit Police Department for 20 years. And as a patrol officer, I would say after 3 years, you can take one of our police officers, they have 10 years of experience. And they are leading homicide investigations, drug investigation. They're leading it on the patrol level.
You will get more experience in the first 2 to 3 to 5 years than you'll get anywhere else, hands down, like no questions asked. Here you get to see that case all the way to the end. Like you get to handle it. Like you get to collect the evidence. You get to interview the suspects, the witnesses, the victims. You get to follow it from point A to point B all the way to the end. Some bigger agencies, you kind of pass it off. You take the initial and that's it. Here you start it and you finish it 9 times out of 10, and the experience that you get here, by far, it blows other agencies out of the water.
I worked for a smaller department before I came to Beloit, and it wasn't a very active department. And when I came here, I mean, it was call after call after call, but time went by very fast, and it was very rewarding.
There's other agencies out there that may seem like they pay more, or they're more glorious, or they've got a prettier building than we do. But our cops are, they're the best of the best. They train more than anybody else.
I think it's one of the most noble and honest professions that we have in the world. It's a rewarding career. It's an opportunity to be a quote unquote servant to people in the community that needs our help. And if you're a person that loves helping others, policing is the way to go.